Here's how to target an audience online. My name is Charlie Cerda. Let's get into it. So a lot of people, you'll look up, oh, you have to do this target audience analysis and blah, 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 blah. What you actually have to do is you have to set your goal. Step one is to set your goal. What do you want? Do you want more followers on Instagram? Do you want a higher engagement ratio? Let's say you're a barber shop. Do you want to attract more clients, people to cut hair for? Or do you want another barber to pay you rent to sit in their chair? Now, comparing them, you can have people you cut hair with, a booth renter. Those are two different people, which means that you're going to have to produce different types of content. A barber's going to want help with barbering. A client, somebody that you're going to cut hair for, they want to just see that you're cutting good hair. So you have to set your goal with what you want. Then you have to establish who is required to fill that need. Is it the barber? Is it the client? Like with social media, your end goal shouldn't be money entirely. However, there is a point where you can monetize it. That's the way that you should be going, because if you're not making money off of social media, it's pointless. It's going to take time, and don't expect it to be quick. You're also going to be gaining a community of people around you. They're going to want to, discuss with you, have open discourse with you, because they're going to find out that you're a real person and you're not one of these stupid clowns. A lot of people do that. Step 2, you want to find top performing content topics. Now, this is like the beginning, okay? This is what people are interested in at the moment. So instead of you thinking about what people might be interested in, and then you have to flops or, trial and error, you can go on Instagram, you can go on the social media platform and look up what other barbers or look up what other dentists are posting. That way you can see which ones do well, which ones don't. Then you simply do the ones that do well, because it's pointless for you to, talk about stuff that you want to talk about. However, it's not getting any visibility or publicity, so you're simply wasting your time. So step 2, you want to find top performing content topics. This could be either like what your audience already likes, what on your social media platform, what does your audience prefer the most? If you are a dentist, do they like you talking about root canals? Do they prefer you talking about why fluoride isn't good for you? Why fluoride is good for you? What topics do they like the best? Which ones get the most likes? Which ones get the most, shares, the most saves, the most comments? What are people interested in the most? Genuinely interested in. I'm not talking about, you get 200 likes, but you don't get any comments. I'm talking about okay, they shared it with their friend. They saved it because it's interesting. They commented because it resonated with them. They sent you a DM because they wanted to get something from your service. They followed you from it. We're talking about that caliber of content. Then the second way to discover top performing content topics is to go on your social media platform and figure out the top performing people in that niche, because they're not better than you. Find out the top performing people in your niche and then see which topics their audiences like the most. There's going to be overlay between their audience and your audience. You guys are both in the same niche, so people are going to have mostly the same interests. And then finally, you're going to want to give off your life story. That's a third way that you can do it. So you can, say something that's specific to you, because it makes your page more personable. And if you're a local business, your followers are going to prefer, you speaking out of the heart, because that's why they followed you. They followed you because you're local. They don't care about, all the flashy TikTok dances and all that. No, they want to hear from you, a real person, because they did business with you. And they simply just want to see your face and your voice and your point of view of your life. Now, third, you want to analyze what's working and identify problems along the way. So after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you have to figure out which topics did best and which don't. And a way that you can do this in the beginning, find out which one get the most views. Literally, okay, root canals got more views than fluoride treatment. That got 2,000 views. Fluoride treatment got 300 views. Okay, we're going to go with root canals. And you could also go into which ones get the most saves, shares, follows, comments, and likes, and DMs. You have to figure out which ones motivate people to take action. You gotta figure out the topics which motivate the people. And then from there, you have to ask why. Because people watch for an intent. They watch to solve a problem. What about your piece of content solved a problem of theirs that they had not gotten the answer to? And slowly, and you gotta put some brain power. You gotta be like, okay, They keep watching this. Why? Why did this one do good? Why did they share this one so much? Why did this post on why you should be retaining clients instead of just outreaching for barbers, why you should be focused on client retention for barbers, did so good compared to all the other posts? Okay, well, you kind of got to reverse engineer it. Like, okay, well, if I was a barber and, I saw that post, I would click it because I struggle with client retention. My client retention is 30-40%, like something like that. And then that gets the gears turning. Or if people keep watching, how to go faster with cuts. Okay, well, why would somebody watch that? Well, chances are they're rushing through cuts or think they're too slow. Okay, so let's test those problems. Okay, client, so it appears that your audience is, they're rushing through cuts. They think they're either slow or they think they're just rushing because they're not aware of systems in place to get the result, the haircut, quicker. So you have to identify the true problem. It starts with surface level content topics that people are just gonna gravitate towards. But then you have to figure out what the problems your audience has, like the specific little problems that they have. And it's gonna take time. You're not gonna know within like weeks. It'll take you months to know. But once you start knowing, your engagement is just going to get better. Like people are going to, that content is going to resonate with them. And they're going to want to go back to your channel, go back to your channel, go back to your channel. They're going to love it. They are going to love it. Now, step 4, you want to test different energy, different face placements. You want to basically go out of the box. You could have text overlays. Like figure out which type of content people like, because there are different formats that you can use. Like you can put a text overlay on a background. You could create a bunch of swipe posts, like the little text based images on Instagram. You can create, talking head videos. Like you have to experiment with different types of content to figure out what your audience is like the best. That way you can even maximize the engagement on your account. And next, you also want to be finding out which fonts your audience prefers the best, which hooks are the best. What about this font? Like, why is this specific font and color at the beginning of the video getting more attention than all these? Because that's another thing that happens. People just gravitate to a certain font. And now once you have a font for a couple weeks and people like it, that's your font because people are going to remember you for that. So be sure to be consistent on the fonts. Figure out which one looks best and all that, but, don't overthink it. Just post, and then the one that actually did the best, click that one. You also want to be giving a call to action at the end of your content. Every single content, you have to give them a direction to do. Okay, comment below what you thought. What are your thoughts? Save this post for later. Share this post with a friend. Follow this account for more barbering tips. Things like that get people into the mode of action because make them aware of it. They like the post. Oh, yeah. They like it. So you're doing them a good favor by telling them, hey, if you want more of these tips for free, follow the account. And then from there, you start building trust with them. You get engagement. The algorithm starts promoting your content more. And then somebody along those lines that actually wants to buy your product, they're going to buy it. And then finally, you want to post consistently. None of this is going to work if you don't have enough data points. So you have to post for months. That's the real truth. And then, simply just repeat this process and refine your content till, you start seeing better results. You start seeing more views. You start seeing more engagement. You start seeing more targeted followers. And you'll see when people like your posts that, oh shit, a bunch of barbers that I'm recruiting are actually liking my post. This is the people that I want. Wow. People actually care about what I'm saying. Wow. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more social media marketing tips so you can build a community of like-minded individuals.